his head is about where your feet are? Okay.
Someone.
Okay, where at?
Here.
Police face the difficult challenge of catching criminals, often dealing with suspects who lie to evade justice. But what happens when they not only catch the killers, but also uncover terrifying discoveries along the way?
Yep, it is.
Is that an arm?
Yes, it's the right arm.
I have 5 skulls, I have 2 right arms plus shoulders, 2 right arms, 1 right shoulder.
I'm gonna tell you flat out, it was worth it. Because after 30 years, I want to walk away saying I did something good.
Here are cases when cops make a horrifying discovery. Starting off with a twisted case where a victim's murder revealed a sick truth about a father, daughter, and a family.
He's a bad person.
In what way?
Every way, I have no opinion.
She said all she remembers is looking down the barrel of it. I heard the safety on this gun click off, and that's when I shot mine.
Let me see that. That's something. Oh, who appears to be a skull cap?
Would that be accurate or not?
Yes.
It all started on July the 25th, 2020, when sheriff's deputies in Hocking County, Ohio, responded to reports of gunshots in a residential neighborhood. Upon arrival, they encountered 18-year-old Melody Dixon and her 40-year-old father, Michael, and begun questioning them. But little did they realize they were about to stumble upon the most shocking case of their careers.
How we doing?
All right.
We shot a gun. 40.
That's down the road.
She said you guys were shooting.
I shot
I
it.
was shooting a 22.
What'd you shoot in it? What kind of ammo?
I'll hold on to that.
Okay. That'd be terrific. Was you shooting anything else?
That and the 22.
Okay. We had
I only shot that once, and I can show you where it hit the tree.
Okay.
Because I know they go far. It's like shooting a
Right.
rifle, the new ones.
Well, it's no big deal. We had somebody that fired a gun and it struck a windshield. Nobody got hurt or anything like that.
The officers issued a warning and left, unaware that just hours later they would return to the same location for a much more serious incident, one involving a missing person and concealed truths.
This is my dad's property, Jim Whitaker.
Okay.
We haven't been able to communicate with him for 20-some days. He's not in his house.
I think something's happened to him.
There's other people in here when we got here. They left about as soon as we got here. They didn't give us no answers on where he was.
The thing is, I know my son.
He's never done this. 56 years old. He's never just disappeared.
Right.
Jim was reported as missing by his family, but strangely enough, Michael and Melody had also vanished without any trace soon after the officers had questioned them earlier. Jim's family also provided information on Michael's strange behavior.
He had a 50-pound bag of dog food in one hand, a live dog, a chainsaw, and reached over and grabbed 5 arrows off of that thing that's out there and a pair of gloves.
Mike came out. We were fiddling with something in the garage. Mike was fixing something and I was sitting there fiddling with it. He came in the house and then he come back out and he's like, I just found this in Melody's stuff. And it sounded like an odd profession of love to Mike's and his daughter, that girl Melody / knows.
Yeah.
But,
very weird.
It was signed Jimbo. I didn't think Jimmy ever signed his name Jimbo,
A quick search of Mike's property revealed some very important clues for the whole case.
It smells like feet. I think I quit. What? So I think I quit smelling a while ago. No blondies. The camo bag? No, blood. I saw the camo bag I flipped. You had the light on. Like blood. Right there. See the glove? I was looking at that bag right there. Right here, you see this? There's 3 big, it looks bloodish. There's 4 actually.
A quick search of the property and outside didn't reveal much, but later on they found Mike at his parents' house. Upon locating Mike, they talked to him and his family and were immediately alert to some really strange behavior from them.
Mike, there's a pair. Yeah, he's got a warrant. Yeah. You need to think right there. Okay. Why don't you take a couple bits off that cigarette?
Or you just can't hang it in your mouth, keep smoking it if you want. That'll help you out. Is your dad here? Or? Okay. Is there anybody else here or just your dad?
Dad, my daughter. You want to talk to me about what's been going on at Jim's house?
They say that daughter come down a few days ago and said that I had to get out of the house. He's been gone, I think, since the 5th. And his daughter comes saying, "Oh, I was getting rid of his stuff. I didn't get rid of nothing of his. He was like a dad to me."
So what do you think has happened to Jim?
I'm hoping nothing. I'm hoping he just took off, but I don't know why.
The officer then turned their attention towards 18-year-old Melody.
James, say where he was going or anything?
No. He didn't really say where he was going. He was just...
What happened to some of his stuff?
What do you mean?
Like his guns, his TV set, all that.
Well, the gun was been missing, and I don't know about the TV.
Do you think that something's happened to Jim?
I think he just took off because that's what he's been talking about for a while.
Where would he go?
Well, he told me and Dad, he was like, "I'm just gonna not be here when you move, and you guys can keep this place because my family don't give a goddamn about me or whatever." So.
You think something's happened to him?
I don't really know because last time I seen him was 4th, 5th.
Did you and Jim have a relationship? No?
He wanted one.
You wanted one?
And then when I told him no, he went berserk, and that's what that letter was about.
The police quickly traced all of Jim's stolen items, including a gun and a TV that Mike had sold. While interrogating one of the buyers, Tommy, they uncovered intriguing details about Jim and Mike's relationship.
Because see, Michael beat the shit out of that old man a bunch. Like, yeah, they got in a fight a lot, man. That old man would get high on meth, because that old man was a meth head. And he'd get high on meth and stuff, and him and Michael would get into it, hot and heavy. I mean, he blacked Michael's eyes, and Michael blacked his eyes, too. I mean, it was like they was two fighting married couple. I swear to God, that's what you thought. He had said that he had caught his daughter and him in bed. I asked him. I saw my kids asked him right in my living room 2 days before you guys arrested him. I asked him if he did it. And here's his exact reaction when I asked him. He was like, "No, man, I didn't do it like that." Like, eating, like, how you put that? You know when somebody's being sarcastic? Like, you know, like you can see in their voice and hear that, he knows more than what he was saying.
Mentioned that he was going to kill Jimmy, I don't know how many times.
So several times.
And this was even before Melody showed up down here. Because they get in fights, and they throw shit at each other. They get in fights, and the next thing you hear is a couple gunshots, and you have to wonder, okay, did somebody shoot somebody this time, really, for real?
Meanwhile, Mike was taken to the detective's office, where he was questioned about Jim's whereabouts, which was now more mysterious than ever.
I guess what makes it look strange for you, Mike, is that you guys continued to live there and never let anybody know that Jim was missing. I mean, why not call the sheriff's office and say, "Hey, this guy's left, the TV's missing, his gun's missing, and I haven't seen him for a few days." Even though I understand Jim's an adult, but why didn't you go and call us?
I don't know. I should have when I was going to. I asked a few people and they said, "Oh no, Jim might be doing something he don't want the cops to know about." I should have called you.
Soon, they brought in Melody for questioning as well.
Okay.
Melody, I'd like to take you down to Louisville and talk with you about your dad. Okay? You okay to go?
You're not under arrest.
You're not under arrest or anything like that. We want to go down and just have a conversation with you in a nice private area. What I would like for you to do is talk with us about the incident that occurred with Mr. Whitaker, about what your dad has told us. Are you willing to talk to us?
Do you actually have a recording of him saying that?
Sure do.
Could you check like a recording first and then send it to him?
I don't have the video with me.
So I basically have to go out on one right now.
Well,
I don't know if what you're telling me is correct or not.
Wouldn't you want the family to have closure? Do you think that James deserves to be laying out?
Not good people, in my opinion. So
Pardon?
they're not good people, so why would I want them? They're not good people. None of them are.
So you don't care about James?
No, I don't say. Well, he's a bad person.
In what way?
Every way, I don't know.
In every way. In
I mean,
what way would that be?
Dad was just trying to protect me.
Why do you think James is a bad person?
Yeah, because we got in front of us and told Dad he had to leave, but wasn't going to leave. And he was screaming. I told him the F out. Well, I had an instruction, like really bad, so I went to the one of the steps, swing up to the direction, and he grabbed me. And I was like, what the heck? And he just screamed to Dad, so he would get that out. And once he go, I was like, well, let me leave then, and I took a hold away from him.
Why didn't he want you to leave with your dad?
Because
So you guys were arguing. I need to hear this, okay? So he has a hold of your wrist?
Yeah, we were on our wrist before me, and then she got me over. And I wasn't thinking, I just went to the back, and then he went out my throat.
He grabbed you by your throat?
And that's when I looked over and saw him.
The police, armed with this piece of information, took Mike to the property to show them what had happened. But what they would realize later on was that Melody had not told them the entire story and had left out some chilling details.
I told him I was going down the stairs to get my gun, and I went and got my gun.
Come up.
Yep.
You
That's
heard?
when Melody was coming out of the thing. I could hear them scruffling a little bit.
What were they? Were they saying anything to each other?
No, I just heard her kind of like yelling, and supposedly she grabbed like his gun. She said all she remembered just looking down the barrel of it. I heard the safety on this gun click off, and that's when I shot mine.
So James saw that your dad was pointing a gun at him?
Man, I didn't have enough reaction time.
He didn't have enough reaction time to do anything? Is that what you're saying?
And I was like, not close, not really away.
A couple feet away?
I wasn't close enough that I freaking felt the bullet go away.
I'm right here where I'm standing.
Okay.
And if he would be come forward towards me a little bit, no, that way, just look right there. And if you would have turned like, if you would have been going, look like, yep, right like that. Right there.
Right there?
Yep, now right just like that, exactly.
And where did you hit him in his body?
Right there where he's pointing towards his eye.
He wasn't doing it because he's an evil person or whatever.
I understand. He's just trying to protect you.
And I don't think he should get like maximum punishment or whatever, like everyone else is. You know, it's basically, it was my fault that it started him.
No, it's not your fault. I wouldn't say that.
Because if I wouldn't have walked those steps, that wasn't fun.
Mike continued to recreate the scene for the officers by moving the refrigerator back to its original position and showed them exactly how the events unfolded on that fateful day.
Where was the gun?
About where my feet are.
Which way was the gun?
Pointing the barrel towards that.
Use that.
This was it. Say, this is the barrel like that. It was right there.
Was it laying on him?
Right there.
So where's the butt of the gun? That's the butt of the gun.
I took when I come up here and I took my finger that way.
Kicked it out, and then what?
And then I reached down and like I told him, seeing if he had any pulse.
Okay.
What kind of clothes did you have on at the time?
My graduation dress.
Graduation dress? What color?
White.
What did you do with it?
Pretty sure my dad burned it because it had stuff on it.
Is your family like Frank, or is he married? Are they supporting you? I mean, are they being nice to you at least?
Me and my grandpa.
Your grandpa?
Frank.
Frank? Okay, that's your grandpa. Okay. Have you tried to talk to them about it so that they understand what you're going through?
I mean, yeah, I don't really talk to my grandpa. But the other ones, you can't really trust them.
As the investigations unfolded, to understand the motives of the father and daughter if they were the killers, the police returned to Mike's stepfather Frank's house to question him and his family.
I want you to understand something. I've already talked to Mike. I've already talked to Melody. They both indicated to me that they talked to you and told you of the involvement of James' death, or Jimmy, if that's what you want to call him. When did he tell you this, and how did he tell you this? Was it right after it occurred, or a day or two afterwards? So
When they come here, I thought he shot at him. I didn't know.
You just said he shot him.
Shot at.
Shot at.
That's all that's the way it was phrased to me.
Okay, and he didn't say, I killed him.
No.
He didn't say,
No.
I buried him, I get rid of the body.
No.
Anything like that.
No. But that's when I would have gotten a hold of somebody and found out what was going on, because I knew Jimmy years ago.
Did he try to bring a weapon here?
No.
Any kind of gun at all? Handgun, long gun?
Not that I've seen.
Essentially, there's only one question that I really need to ask you.
Gun.
Correct. Where is that gun at?
Get it out of my trunk.
It's in your trunk? You know, the question is Michael brought you the gun.
I bought the gun from my brother before any of this ever happened. He kept asking me to borrow it. He wanted to go hunting with it. And then he showed back up with it that morning. I didn't know yet. He just showed up with it. Here's your gun back.
But nobody had been able to locate Jim's body yet. But as things unfolded, the cops would come to realize that Jim faced a more disturbing fate than they could have ever imagined.
What happened then with James' body?
I wasn't part of that. My dad made me go downstairs and go to bed.
So he told you to go downstairs?
Well, and walked me up downstairs, and because I was like shocked. Then he just kept screaming my name, but I wouldn't move. He messed me up, grabbed me, and brought me downstairs, and like helped me in bed and told me to like stay down here for a little while, and I fell asleep.
Slid his head over this way. I put the sled right here beside him, rolled him over, got a hold of the sled, put it here, and rolled him over onto it, and rolled him out the door.
So when you woke up, was all the blood and everything cleaned up? It was already gone?
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't know where any of that stuff went to?
He said he burned it.
Did you ask him, or did he just tell you?
Well, he told me the night before that he was going to go take care of everything and burn it.
You never actually witnessed how the body was dragged out of the home, how it was removed or anything like that?
He didn't want me to know.
He didn't want you to watch?
He knew once he pulled the trigger that he did that, and he shouldn't have done it.
Melody was placed under arrest for obstruction of justice since she had lied about not knowing anything about what had happened. She was then taken to the crime scene and questioned further, where more disturbing details came through.
Had there been anything going on between you and Jim?
No. No.
I need to know. Nothing.
No, he wanted something, but I told him no, and he got mad about it, and I told...
When was that?
Basically the entire time I've been here.
So the entire time,
He's like...
he'd been hitting on you, wanting you to do things with him.
Yeah.
And you never did.
Mm-hmm.
What about anything between you and your dad? Nothing at all?
No.
Apparently, the reason for this line of questioning had come up earlier in the investigation when it was revealed that Melody had been asked to stay away from her father when she was put in foster care, since both she and her father shared an intimate relationship, which was confirmed by both friends and family.
Whenever we lived out with his mom and dad, I walked in the trailer and Melody and he was under the blanket, but maybe.
You said that happened out at Breaking Denise's house? Was that like a long time ago? Or like...
No, it wasn't. It hasn't even been a year yet. This September's going to be a year. They would always hold hands and all this. And he tried to hold my hand. He was like, "Come on, baby girl, you can hold my hand." I said, "No. Do you want me to beat the f out of you?" That's just nasty. I'm not like 2 years old. I'm actually glad that he's in jail. He needs to die in jail.
While this chilling detail came to light, investigators still were in search for Jim's remains, and for some reason, both father and daughter were doing very little to help the cops find it until now.
So, which way did you drag him down into here? You drag him right through here, and then show me where you laid the body.
Watch your feet in that stuff, buddy.
About right here. His head was about right there. And the feet were down that way, and his head is about where your feet are. Okay. And you say you burnt him 10 to 15 hours.
Yes.
And you were this whole time you were using wood, sticks, accelerant.
Was really not the only time I used any accelerants when I first started it.
Like, how much stuff was piled on top of him, on top of the body?
Probably a foot or two.
A what?
Foot or two. So you got a foot or two on top of him. You light him. You throw tires on after it's going. And wood. And you just kept throwing that stuff on there?
For a little bit, not all that long. Then once I got it going, I went in the house.
Okay. Did you stir it around? Like, I mean, fluff him up, let's say, like you'd fluff a fire up?
Once.
You did? Did you see his body then when you fluffed it?
Okay. Did you come out and make sure that he was gone? You didn't look at it to see if there's anything left?
No.
The cops also arrested Mike's family members, Frank and Denise, for obstruction of justice. Later on, more sickening details would come to light as Melody's cellmate revealed to the officers that Melody had confessed to her that she used to be intimate with Jim as well for monetary benefits. This would perhaps explain the motive of the murder in a twisted love triangle. On further questioning, the truth came out.
Looks like there's contact between you and your father. Will that be accurate or not?
Yes.
How long had you had a relationship with Michael?
When the first thing that happened was when I got taken out of mom's custody.
In 2021, Michael Dixon was sentenced to life in prison for murder, tampering of evidence, and engaging in illegal acts. Melody was charged with obstruction of justice and tampering with evidence and was sentenced to 9 years in prison. Up next is a wild case. It all began with a shocking discovery when local hunters found 29 body parts scattered in the desert.
Yep, it is.
Is that an arm?
Yes, it's the right arm.
I wanted a platform, and because I wasn't getting a platform.
On December the 26th, 2020, two Yavapai County sheriffs ventured into the woods to meet with two hunters who had contacted authorities after they had encountered something very unsettling.
This right here? This is crazy.
Is it in a bag or what is it?
No, it's laying right there.
Okay.
So look at we're just gonna walk along this fence line, just to this tree.
Okay.
It's right below.
Did you touch anything?
Oh, hell no.
How close did you get to it?
Probably 8 or 9 feet.
Okay. So stop wherever you stopped before, okay?
Truck right here.
Okay.
I backed the truck. I broke a couple of branches to try and get to that dead one that's down like that.
Right.
And that's it right over there.
Okay. Yep, it is. You got crime scene tape?
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Let's go back to the car, you guys.
The officer immediately confirmed it was a severed limb and moved fast to secure the area and informed forensics as well.
You got crime scene tape?
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Let's go back to the car, you guys. Stay there. He's going to get a witness statement from you. All right.
Were the fingernails polished? Did it look like a female's hand?
I didn't look that close.
We're not gonna get too close right now. I'm just gonna get Mike and CI started. You need to call out CI.
10-4. So it is confirmed?
In my opinion, yes. It's I don't know if it's male or female or what, but it's definitely confirmed.
For how much?
We got about 10 feet away from it because we don't want to disturb any footprints or anything, and we're going to be putting up crime scene tape. I believe it's a leg.
But as they were inspecting the arm, they noticed something very strange about it, which would actually turn out to be an important clue later on.
There's like toilet paper on that arm.
Yeah,
too. Did you only see an arm or did you see something else? Just that one? Okay. All right.
And then I told him about seeing a string of toilet paper on the road.
Okay.
More information came to light as they began taking statements of the callers who described an earlier incident which seemed strange to them.
There was somebody that was heading up here when we were up here, and it's like he stopped because he saw our truck and then he backed out slowly.
And I walked down here to see if I could see what car it was, because it sounded like it was still idling right here.
Yeah, it stopped.
But I didn't see it.
It was weird. You know, and I thought it was odd, but there is a lot of prints around here.
So you guys have been up here twice now.
He has.
I've been up here twice now.
The way this works is I need all your most current information here, okay?
While securing the area, one of the deputies shared a theory about the arm. But despite this, everything still seemed very confusing, and it was difficult to determine if someone had kept the bones or some animal had probably made a meal of someone. However, predators are not usually known to leave weird body parts scattered all around without eating them.
Somebody that was camping and the bear got him. Is there our bear up here?
The bear wouldn't leave the arm and then take the other arm.
If it was full, it might.
It would come back.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Is there anything back in there? He said there was more toilet paper this way, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. There's toilet paper on the arm. That's freaking weird.
All right, here, I'll go put it by the arm.
No, this is about... That's
Close
as far
as
as
we
we're
want.
going. Right there's that blue thing.
Does it look like it got bitten off? Like it was chewed on or anything?
It's chewed on it, looks like. Well, he says fresh. Now that I'm closer, definitely not fresh. Because now I can actually really kind of see the hand.
Yeah, it's weird that there's toilet paper on it. And especially on the back end right there where you see that dryer sheet
Yeah.
or whatever that is back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody tried to cover it up or wrap it. Looks like a dryer sheet.
Oh, that part back
Yeah,
there.
the part right there in the back of the arm.
Looks like the stuff some other dryer sheets are made out of, but like on a roll. And then there's more of it over there.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just go this way.
Now that I've looked at it, it is old, but it's still got skin on it.
And it's weird, like they try to wrap the back of it with like some kind of
Dryer sheet or fabric.
or something.
And the fingers are all purple. I got pictures too. I can't get
that
them.
an arm?
Yes, it's the right arm. He backed his truck right up in here, and he was getting ready to cut this tree, and they saw that, and they got out of here. So they saw something else back in here, but I'm not going back in there to mess anything up.
But this was not all they had in store, because the very next day, the deputies received another call from two other hunters who found something very disturbing.
Down in there?
Yeah, the heads are up here. It looked as lazy as whoever this was. I think they kind of threw some dirt and rocks and over
Right.
in the ditch here.
That's kind of where we had stopped and ate lunch. And I crossed this, and I thought, it's just somebody dumping trash because there's everywhere.
Right.
But then I walked across this, up the hill right here.
And that, and that.
They had discovered two severed heads. At this point, these were all indications that no animal could have done this and that the cops might have a serial killer on the loose.
And whatever else we haven't seen, that's what we found.
Okay.
All right. But with the coyotes and all that, who knows what could have been here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a call into Scott Poppenberger right now just to let their carnivore attack team know, just in case this being out here has put something in the air to call them out and caused any issues. So May have some cat action up here in a while.
When I tell these guys that I know that work for the sheriff's department, police department, there's things you guys see that I don't want to know. This is one of them right here.
This is it.
This is one of the things I don't need to know about.
The officers initially considered the possibility of a coyote attack, but the reality turned out to be far stranger. As they conducted a thorough search of both scenes, they discovered additional body parts and evidence that linked the two incidents. This made the detectives search for the origins of the human remains. He called a research company in order to find out about the blue wrapping paper. In addition to finding blue and white paper, many of the severed limbs were marked with metal tags, and the officers discovered a bag labeled Future Gen X. They pursued this lead to further investigate the situation. Although this might not have been enough to unravel the case, the cops had found a string and were ready to keep pulling till they uncovered the truth.
If they have some kind of tag on them, it's a whole body donation, so we do tag everything that we have.
I need to talk to somebody who can give me information on your willed cadaver program for a law enforcement matter.
Yes, this is April. I can help you.
April, so I hate to be indelicate, but we got a call yesterday afternoon from some folks out cutting wood south of Prescott that they had found an arm and a leg. Do you guys use medical ID tags on the appendages?
We do not.
Sounds like we can rule you guys out for help then.
We don't tag legs and arms. We do ear tags, and our bodies are never separated. They're always whole bodies.
Okay.
They soon traced the company's headquarters to Seattle and contacted Walter Harold Mitchell, the owner of the company in Scottsdale. Mitchell seemed very uneasy with their questions during the investigation. The footage was redacted by law enforcement, but we are left with the audio recording of the officer's conversation with him.
Hey, Walter. How's it going? I'm Detective Smith. This is Detective Franklin. We're from Yavapai County Sheriff's Office. Can we talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
You mind if we carry the rock? I just don't like you having a rock in your hand while you're walking with us. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? On your person?
On my person, no.
You used to own a company called Future Gen X?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what we're here to talk about.
Okay.
Have you been following the news at all lately?
No, I have not.
Okay.
All right.
How many bodies did you bring with you from you left Washington?
Body?
Cadavers.
Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever.
Body part.
You know what? Come on, guys. This is an interrogation.
We came to talk to you.
Yeah, that's an interrogation.
You can call it what you want, but we just came to talk to you so we can get to the bottom of what's going on.
Okay. You know what? You can talk to my lawyer.
Okay.
What?
There's body
I don't
parts
get
strewn
it.
all over our county that have
Okay.
your company's name on them, and we're trying to figure out.
Bull.
Not bull.
Why would I drive all the way down here?
That's a good question, but I'm done.
Okay.
All right. Well, turn around and put your hands behind your back then, if you don't want to talk.
The officers detained him and then searched his apartment, where they found a metallic cylindrical object which they immediately identified as a pipe bomb. They immediately cleared the area, and the bomb squad later confirmed that the bomb was indeed real. When the investigators questioned Mitchell about it, he told a very bizarre story.
What we're looking for here mostly is to try to identify the remains in this case so that we can try to do the right thing and get those back to their families if that's something that needs to take place.
This is not correct. I know the number was 53. 53 was the total, but minus 5 heads. So 48. 48.
We all want to know why. I think that we have some ideas why. We heard a lot of things about your finances.
So why is not financial? Never has been. There are times in my life where I was motivated by finances, but this was not one of them. Okay. The reason is because my industry, over the entire industry, is unsafe, very unsafe. And I've been a failed whistleblower since 2002.
But after a thorough search was conducted, they discovered that most of the severed parts found were female that were tied with twine. But Walter claimed his innocence by saying he was a whistleblower and wanted to expose the improper blood testing in his industry.
If I wanted to hide something, I would have dug someplace in my land or taken it someplace else or done something completely different. I wanted a platform. And because I wasn't getting a platform. And so that's the why. I hope that answers your question. The body is a perfect ecosystem for transmitting diseases. So when you have 30,000 bodies a year going to private organizations, and they're dissecting 150 to 200,000 tissues going around the world, and they're not screening properly, and they're not blood testing properly. And I wrote a very detailed article. I don't know if you've been given that article, but I'll show you where you can get access to it because it's on a LinkedIn site, where I show and have shown over the years that the players have been doing incorrectly.
Interestingly, Walter had also authored a fiction book about serial killers, in which the killer is a medical professional who uses his insider knowledge of the industry to perfectly execute murders and dispose of the bodies. And soon, DNA results of the body parts disputed Walter's claims of the severed limbs.
The crime lab came back and said that they can definitively say that there are 9 individuals.
Okay. There could be tissue, and it would be the hips.
We only found one hip, one left hip.
Okay, there's got to be more out there.
I have 5 skulls, I have 2 right arms plus shoulders, 2 right arms, 1 right shoulder, 3 left arms plus shoulders, 1 left arm, 1 left shoulder, 3 right legs, 2 right knees, 1 right foot, 1 left hip, 4 left legs, 1 left knee, and 2 left feet.
You're saying there's more out there. Where? Did you bury it? Did you put it in a different location than the other stuff?
It's in that vicinity, very close. I'm going to tell you flat out, it was worth it. Because after 30 years, I want to walk away saying I did something good for my industry and for humanity. And as silly as that sounds, I'm the moral compass in my industry, and I have been.
Walter Mitchell was convicted of 29 felony counts of concealing or abandoning a dead body. He would spend over 6 years behind bars. Coming up next is a strange case involving a man who took someone's life, buried the body in his backyard, and then called the police to confess 2 months later.
I killed someone.
Okay, where at?
From here. Jasper, that's all I know. That's all I know his name to be. And he was a black.
But as far as you know, he's still laying in here. Buried a couple feet down, right?
Yes.
On the 21st of July 2020, dispatchers at Marion County received a very disturbing call.
911, where's your emergency?
I killed somebody.
Who did you kill?
I don't want to say right now.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's John Welch.
John Welch?
Yes.
Do you have any type of
I don't have any weapons.
You,
I don't have anything. I don't want to. I'm just trying to drink my. I'm not doing anything wrong right now. I'm just.
Sir, I promise you, I'm not accusing you of doing anything wrong whatsoever. I'm just trying to know what my officers are walking into.
The guy's buried here.
You buried the person at your house?
Yes. This is a confession. I'm going peaceful.
Officers were immediately dispatched to the scene to figure out if there was any truth behind the claims, and they found out soon enough that the man was not bluffing.
Someone.
Okay, where at?
From here.
Here at this house?
Yes.
How long ago?
This was about a couple months ago.
Okay. Who was the person you killed?
Rather not see it right now.
Okay, well how am I gonna know if somebody's missing or what you're saying is true?
Because the person was very estranged and very outlawed.
Where's the person at now?
Out back.
Can I go look? You don't mind?
I don't mind.
The suspect, Jonathan Welch, refused to divulge any more information on the victim he had supposedly killed. As a result of that, the officers went to his backyard to verify his claims.
Anything out of the ordinary, Nick? Huh?
Something was dug up 2 months ago.
No. You saying it's 2 months ago?
Yeah. We're out in the backyard. What area?
Under the left window, where the flower of the garden is. That's where he is.
Who is it?
Some older guy that he just met that day. So, why would you, like, obviously you're saying you killed somebody, so you're admitting the homicide and that he's here, which we could easily find out if we start digging up your yard. So, why would you withhold the guy's name?
Do you know the guy's name?
We would just kind of like to get a head start seeing if we can find out if he's been reported missing or nobody even knows he's gone. That kind of stuff, you know?
Jonathan's state of intoxication proved to be a big hindrance as he was clearly out of his senses. It was up to the officers to figure out the truth.
I don't think so.
32, do you want me to go ahead and give him a call?
I don't think so. I think he was a piece of no one wants.
Can you tell us just so we can check?
Jasper, that's all I know. That's all I know his name to be. And he was a black. That wasn't the reason. Well, I'm not saying that wasn't. But that was who he was. That wasn't the reason. Okay. Yeah, nobody's saying it was.
Where was he from? Do you know?
He said he was from Colorado. He said he was from Colorado.
Where's his truck at now?
I have no idea.
Did you do something with it, or?
Jonathan finally spoke up, but his confession only posed more questions in front of the officers.
His truck was here in the driveway, but it got towed away by somebody, and basically, sounds like what he's saying is somebody got rid of it for him.
It's a lie. I'm sorry, I'm lying to you.
Okay.
What are you lying about? Everything?
I'm not lying about it. I'm lying about that.
But you're not lying about the homicide.
Everything else is true.
Okay. Where'd this all happen at then?
Right here.
Outside, inside?
Right here.
Where we're standing?
Right here where we're standing.
Okay. How many shots were fired? Do you know how many shots you fired? 3?
With Jonathan unwilling to share any more information, the police decided to investigate from scratch. And luckily, they found a breakthrough from the neighbor who had placed a 911 call 2 months earlier regarding a gunshot in their neighborhood. The officers decided to question them.
I believe I heard a gunshot. I'm not 100% sure, but it was way too different to be a firework. And then there was 2. They were about, I want to say, 2 minutes apart.
Any idea where they might have been coming from? What direction?
Yeah, it was really close. I believe, honestly, it was next door to me.
Well, me and her brother were over there playing GTA, like 1, 2 in the morning.
Okay.
We heard a boom. Like, I asked him, "Do you hear the noise with it? You?" And he literally opened his door again, point it. I'm not saying gun because I'm not 100% sure. But point whatever down, boom.
If he was shooting a gun, he would have shot it inside the truck?
Yeah, like right at the floorboard, you want to be honest. That's what it looked like, at least.
The police went back to the suspect and decided to grill him about the murder weapon.
How did you kill this person?
With a Russian knife.
A handgun? And you still have this handgun?
Somebody broke in and stole. Somebody broke into my house and somebody broke into my house since then. And they stole it.
Sure, pat him down. Huh. We're gonna check just make sure you don't have any weapons on you, okay?
Do you have any weapons on you? No. No guns, no knives or anything? How much have you had to drink today? About 2.5 of these. You got probation or anything? I am.
He says this is where he buried the body in here. There's the shovel. He says it's not very deep either.
Looks like he even went and got topsoil or something and put it on.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. But this is
bought it.
Yeah, that's true too. He says not very deep, but
I think he had intentions with the gas cans.
don't know. He's sometimes he is very forthcoming and then he won't. So, but see how it's like that in some bricks. There's 2 boards. He just threw together like whatever he had.
That's just weeds in there.
Yeah, that's what.
I didn't plant anything.
Nope, just some grass and some. Alrighty.
Can you just take me from the top of what's going on while we're here today? Tell me in your own terms.
In my own way.
Yep.
He was in.
Okay. How did you know?
I had just met him.
Where'd you meet him at?
I don't want to give those names.
Okay. What happens?
Okay, so I lost my job.
When did you lose your job?
I'm thinking about 3 months ago.
Okay. So you lost your job. Somehow you and this, what's his name?
We got into it because he was a random person.
Yeah.
That I met.
Okay.
He asked me.
The guy had shed some light on why he committed the act earlier in the 911 call.
He was a bad man. He made comments to me. He made comments to me about my son.
About the man wanted to do that, or was accusing you of doing that?
No, well, that because he wanted to.
Gotcha. How old's your son?
He's 8.
He then took the officer to the site where he had allegedly disposed of the body and later confesses.
I met the guy because we were trying to exchange business, and I shot him.
You were in the house at that point?
I was out here. I was right here where we're standing. Right here. This is right here.
Okay.
So look below the neck.
Okay. That's the kid's that.
There's no chance I can grab one more.
No. I
feel like I should be talking to a lawyer by now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should probably have me in your cuffs.
Okay.
You're a homicide investigator. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay. Don, I gotta take this call just real quick. If you'll just stay here with Officer Beardable for a minute, okay?
His name was Jasper.
Okay.
I'm not sure that was his real name.
Okay. But as far as you know, he's still laying in here. Buried a couple feet down, right?
He is.
But you don't have that gun anymore?
I don't. Somebody broke in that window. That window was easily acceptable.
Mm-hmm. Did you report that gun stolen? Did you call the police?
I called the police when an incident happened, and they knew I was, for a fact, in jail, and somebody...
Did you report the firearm stolen, though?
I did not.
Was it your firearm registered to you, or...?
It was mine.
It was yours? Where'd you get it at?
I got it from a flea market.
Okay.
Just know on
go
the
back
St.
out
Gallen
front with
call
us?
that I spoke with 494
We'll go back out front so we don't have to stand out here, right?
St. Gallen, as well as...
Has the guilt of it been eating you up, or what made you decide to call us?
More like the evidence of it.
Okay.
You afraid since you're not paying your rent that your landlord's going to find him back there?
Pretty much. I don't know what to say. What's the news going to say now? The news is going to say I shot a black man because I was on. That's what the news is going to say.
Or were you on that night? Did you say?
I was not.
Okay.
I absolutely was not.
Did you use any meth today?
No.
When was the last time you used meth? Now, the last time usually is the last time you
I
used
was dabbling. I was dabbling.
Okay, sure.
John, I want to just run through this real quick to make sure I got it straight. Okay. About 2 months ago, we're talking, this is July, so we're thinking May, early May, late May. Black guy from Colorado named Jasper comes here. You guys are going to make a deal. He's seeking meth. You're seeking meth. He makes.
I was not. I never tried meth at that time.
Okay. So he's seeking meth from you. Right?
Or is he What was your business about?
We were mutually seeking money. I was seeking money to pay rent.
How were you going to get that money?
Plan was just to sell on Facebook. I had a 401k from the job I worked, and I was buying items, and I was intending to sell them. The reason that I met the guy was because I felt like I needed a mutual bond with somebody. Our agreement was that, and also I draw portraits.
Was there something involved between you two?
I'm sorry.
I just don't want to misunderstand. There's nothing between you two, right? You and Jasper? Or was there arrangement for that?
There was not.
Okay.
There was his misunderstanding that there would be.
Okay.
He was a gay man.
Okay. Did you ever correspond with this guy on the internet or anything?
No.
Jonathan then told the officer that Jasper had acted inappropriately, not toward him, but toward his 8-year-old child.
What I understand here, there's going to be no proof or evidence of that.
Of him making the advances?
Right.
For what color? Vehicle was even?
There's no chance I can buy myself more time with a drink.
Yeah, well, can't let you have anything else. Can't let you get back to your house at this point.
I think I should just talk to an attorney.
Upon searching Jonathan's house, the officers discovered some startling information and decided to take him to jail to process him further.
Smells like chemicals. Is he cooking?
I mean, if you smell in there,
is he cooking?
I don't know. Get out of there, Dana.
He might be cooking meth in here. That's going to complicate things.
Yeah, it's much stronger than
Yeah, I know. I could smell it when you guys pulled that back.
With many questions still unanswered, the officers had no choice but to arrest Jonathan for further interrogation.
Been drinking today?
Yes.
Okay, this is the first time I've talked to you, correct? You understand what I mean by that?
I should probably talk to a lawyer.
Okay. We don't really know what's going on with the stuff you're confessing to, so for right now you're just going to go to jail for probation violation since you've been drinking. Okay, we're going to figure all this other stuff out though. Okay?
The investigators unearthed a body at the exact spot Jonathan had mentioned and identified the victim as Jasper Brady. They found Jasper's video that he had posted on the fateful day, and it matched the description perfectly. The investigators found the items used to wrap up the body inside Jonathan's home, but were unable to locate the truck which was missing. Later on, the landlord revealed John's motive when he confessed to him over a phone call.
You know, when my son was here, and he popped in and asked a question, and the guy asked me, he said, can we sell him? And that, you know, that just, it went under my head, you know, when he said it, and yeah, it upset you, John? Yeah. You know, there was a lot of other things on top of it, too. Right. And I understand that would be a hard thing. But, you know, but with him, you know. Yeah, sure. I mean, and if I was thinking clearly, I wouldn't have done that.
Jonathan had a long list of changes on his name, including theft, underage drinking, and endangerment, among others. In the murder of Jasper Brady, he was charged with murder, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse.